Where you been?
Went for a walk. Cleared my head. I'm sorry about what I said to you this morning.
All of it or part of it?
It was so stupid of me to demand your complete trust. I know it's nothing I can demand. I just hope in time you'll feel I've earned it.
I don't trust that easily. Be patient with me, okay?
Showtime, kids.
Thank you, Mason.
Hey, do you think you could see yourself clear to letting us pick a jury by nightfall? I called Mother Isabel at the convent. She's bringing 11 of her closest friends. I thought maybe...
I don't know. Maybe it isn't such a bad thing after all.
What isn't?
We lost the fight to ban the video during the trial. Mason's half in love with his own eloquence. Maybe if he gets carried away and overdoes it in front of the jury, he'll turn them off altogether.
I can't believe I'm in this courtroom right now on trial for Madeline's murder. It's like a nightmare, some grotesque joke.
Nobody's laughing, David. Cold-blooded murder pretty seriously around here.
You're not in front of the television audience yet, Mason.
You know, I just thought I'd give you one last chance to enter a plea of guilty before the judge throws out the first ball.
Why don't you head on back to left field where you came from?
It's just as well. My opening remarks are brilliant. I'd hate to have to scrap them. You should take notes. Never hear yourself described more accurately.
All rise. The Superior Court of the State of California, in and for the City and County of Santa Barbara, is now in session. The people of the State of California plaintiff versus David Nelson Laurent defendant. Action number 48788. David Nelson Laurent is accused by the people by this information of a crime of felony committed at...
I can't go in that courtroom with the man who killed my sister, Pearl. I'm afraid of him.
To present you with the facts in this case, the physical evidence and the testimony that will help you to arrive at your verdict. Well, they're easily understood. Fact, Madeline Laurent died at the hands of another. She died a slow, horrible death. The medical examiner will testify to that. Fact, the accused, her husband, repeatedly lied to cover up his presence at the scene of the crime at the very hour of the assault on her. The state will prove that Mr. Laurent made 2 visits to that bungalow, one the day before the murder and a second, unexpected one, on the fatal day. Fact, Madeline Laurent was planning to divorce her husband, thereby excluding him from the possibility of inheriting her substantial estate. An estate which conservative estimates put in the tens of millions. Well, there are other truths in this case that only Madeline could tell us of, were she alive today. What her real feelings were for this man to whom she was married but planning to divorce. What she thought when she looked up and saw him returning unexpectedly to the bungalow that day. Did she have any suspicion of what was on his mind, of what his intentions were? That this man with whom she had shared her life, whom she had helped and supported emotionally, socially, and financially, was about to bludgeon her with a hammer and leave her in that bungalow to die. That when he finally ran out of there, it would be with her blood on his hands. What must have flashed through her mind the moment she realized what his intentions were? Well, she must have been struck with terror. She must have pleaded with him not to hurt her, reminded him of the love that he once had for her, even offered him money in return for her life, but he wouldn't listen because he had come there knowing what he wanted to do, and not even the sight of his beautiful young wife begging for her life was enough to stop him. Now, he'd come there knowing what he wanted, and what he wanted was everything that belonged to her. And that is as much the truth in this case as any of the physical evidence you'll be presented with. I ask you to look at this man. See him with Madeline's eyes as she saw him on that day, the moment before her life ended. See him with her eyes, and justice will be served. Disraeli said that justice is truth in action. I believe that when you hear the facts that will come forth during the course of this trial, you will discover the truth. And that will lead you to decide beyond a reasonable doubt and to a moral certainty that David Laurent is guilty of murder in the first degree. Thank you for your attention.
There'll be a 10-minute recess.